perfect, nay divine. It is a golden chain let down from heaven, whose links are bright and even, that falls like sleep on lovers, and combines the soft and sweetest minds in equal knots. This bears no brands, no darts, to murder different hearts, but in a calm and God-like unity preserves community. Oh, who is he that in this peace enjoys the elixir of all joys? A form more fresh than are the Eden bowers, and lasting as her flowers, richer than time, and as time's virtue rare, sober as saddest care. A fixed thought, an eye untaught to glance, who blessed with such high chance would, at suggestion of a steep desire, cast himself from the spire of all his happiness? But soft! I hear some vicious fool draw near, that cries we dream, and swears there's no such thing as this chaste love we sing. Peace, luxury, thou art like one of those who being at sea suppose because they move the continent doth so. No, vice, we let thee know, though thy wild thoughts with sparrows' wings do fly, turtles can chastely die, and yet, in this t'express ourselves more clear, we do not number here such spirits as our only continent, because lust's means are spent, or those who doubt the common mouth of fame, and for their place and name cannot so safely sin. Their chastity is mere necessity. Nor mean we those whom vows and conscience have filled with abstinence, though we acknowledge who can so abstain makes a most blessed gain. He that for love of goodness hateth ill is more crown-worthy still than he which for sin's penalty forbears. His heart sins, though he fears. But we propose a person like our dove, graced with a phoenix love. A beauty of that clear and sparkling light would make a day of night, and turn the blackest sorrows to bright joys, whose odorous breath destroys all taste of bitterness, and makes the air as sweet as she is fair. A body so harmoniously composed, as if nature disclosed all her best symmetry in that one feature. Oh, so divine a creature, who could be false to, chiefly, when he knows how only she bestows the wealthy treasure of her love on him, making his fortune swim in the full flood of her admired perfection? What savage brute affection would not be fearful to offend a dame of this excelling fame? Much more a noble and right generous mind, to virtuous moods inclined, that knows the weight of guilt, he will refrain from thoughts of such a strain, and to his sense object this sentence ever: man may securely sin, but safely never. Number 12. Epistle to Elizabeth, Countess of Rutland. Madam, whilst that for which all virtue now is sold, and almost every vice, almighty gold, that which to boot with hell is thought worth heaven, and for it life, conscience, yea, souls are given, toils by grave custom up and down the court, to every squire or groom that will report well or ill, only all the following year, just to the weight there this day's presents bear. While it makes ushers serviceable men, and some one apteth to be trusted then, though never after, whiles it gains the voice of some grand peer, whose air doth make rejoice the fool that gave it, who will want and weep when his proud patron's favours are asleep. While thus it buys great grace and hunts poor fame, runs between man and man, 'tween dame and dame, solders cracked friendship, makes love last a day, or perhaps less, whilst gold bears all this sway. I, that have none to send you verse. a present which, if elder writs rehearse the truth of times, was once of more esteem than this our gilt nor golden age can deem. When gold was made no weapon to cut throats, or put to flight Astrea when her ingots were yet unfound, and better placed in earth than here, to give pride fame and peasants birth. But lest this dross carry what price it will, with noble ignorance, and let them still turn upon scorned verse their quarter face, with you, I know, my offering will find grace. For what a sin 'gainst your great Father's spirit were it to think that you should not inherit his love unto the Muses, when his skill almost you have, or may have when you will, wherein wise nature you a dowry gave, worth an estate treble to that you have. Beauty I know is good, and blood is more, riches thought most, but, madam, think what store the world hath seen, which all these had in trust, and now lie lost in their forgotten dust. It is the Muse alone can raise to heaven, and at her strong arm's end hold up, and even the souls she loves. Those other glorious notes inscribed in touch or marble, or the coats painted or carved upon our great men's tombs, or in their windows, do but prove the wombs that bred them, graves. When they were born, they died, that had no Muse to make their fame abide. How many equal with the Argive queen have beauty known, yet none so famous seen? Achilles was not first, that valiant was, or in an army's head that locked in brass gave killing strokes. There were brave men before Ajax, or Idomen, or all the store that Homer brought to Troy, yet none so live, because they lacked the sacred pen could give like life unto them. Who'd heaved Hercules unto the stars, or the Tyndarides, who placed Jason's Argo in the sky, or set Ariadne's crown so high? Who made a lamp of Berenice's hair, or lifted Cassiopeia in her chair, but only poets, rapt with rage divine? And such, or my hopes fail, shall make you shine, you and that other star, that purest light of all Luciana's train, Lucy the bright, than which a nobler heaven itself knows not, who, though she hath a better verser got, or poet in the court account, than I, and who doth me, though I not him envy, yet for the timely favours she hath done to my less sanguine Muse, wherein she hath won my grateful soul the subject of her powers, I have already used some happy hours to her remembrance, which when time shall bring to curious light, to notes I then shall sing, will prove old Orpheus's act no tale to be. For I shall move stocks, stones, no less than he. Then all that have but done my Muse least grace shall thronging come, and boast the happy place they hold in my strange poems, which, as yet, had not their form touched by an English wit. There, like a rich and golden pyramid, borne up by statues, shall I rear your head, above your under-carved ornaments, and shew how to the life my soul presents your form impressed there, not with tickling rhymes or commonplaces filched that take these times, but high and noble matter, such as flies from brains entranced and filled with ecstasies, moods which the godlike Sidney oft did prove, and your brave friend and mine so well did love, who wheresoe'er he be, the rest is lost. Number 13. Epistle to Catherine, Lady Albany. 'Tis grown almost a danger to speak true of any good mind now, there are so few. The bad by number are so fortified, as what they have lost t' expect they dare deride. So both the praised and praisers suffer, yet for others' ill ought none their good forget. I, therefore, who profess myself in love with every virtue, wheresoe'er it move, and howsoe'er, as I am at feud with sin and vice, though with a throne endued, and in this name am given out dangerous by arts and practice of the vicious, such as suspect themselves and think it fit for their own capital crimes to indict my wit, I that have suffered this, and though forsook of fortune have not altered yet my look, or so myself abandoned as because men are not just, or keep no holy laws of nature and society, I should faint, or fear to draw true lines 'cause others paint. I, madam, am become your praiser, where, if it may stand with your soft blush to hear yourself, but told unto yourself, and see in my character what your features be, you will not from the paper slightly pass, no lady, but at some time loves her glass, and this shall be no false one, but as much removed as you from need to have it such. Look then, and see yourself, I will not say your beauty, for you see that every day, and so do many more, all which can call it perfect, proper, pure, and natural, not taken up of doctors, but as well as I can say and see it doth excel, that asks but to be censured by the eyes, and in those outward forms all fools are wise. Nor that your beauty wanted not a dower, do I reflect. Some alderman has power, or cozening farmer of the customs, so to advance his doubtful issue, and o'erflow a prince's fortune. These are gifts of chance, and raise not virtue. They may vice enhance. My mirror is more subtle, clear, refined, and takes and gives the beauties of the mind, though it reject not those of fortune, such as blood and match, wherein how more than much are you engaged to your happy fate, for such a lot that mixed you with a state of so great title, birth, but virtue most, without which all the rest were sounds or lost. 'Tis only that can time and chance defeat, for he that once is good is ever great. Wherewith then, madam, can you better pay this blessing of your stars than by that way of virtue which you tread? What if alone, without companions? 'Tis safe to have none. In single paths dangers with ease are watched, contagion in the press is soonest catched. This makes that wisely you decline your life far from the maze of custom, error, strife, and keep an even and unaltered gait, not looking by or back like those that wait times and occasions to start forth and seem, which though the turning world may disesteem, because that studies spectacles and shows, and after varied, as fresh subjects goes, giddy with change, and therefore cannot see the right way, yet must your comfort be your conscience, and not wonder if none asks for truth's complexion, where they all wear masks. Let who will follow fashion